Hey, I'm Miley Cyrus, and you've arrived at Soundcheck, only at Walmart.
For me not to care.
Hello, how are you guys? Good. So you guys got some questions for me?
What's in your MP3 player?
I have weird taste in music. I listen to all kinds of different things. Sometimes, because I am from Nashville, as my shirt says, Nashville's the new LA, I listen to like all different kinds of things, like country, which at first I didn't like it. When I was younger, I didn't really like listening to it, but as I get older, I'm starting to like it more and more and respect it. Because you hear country music a lot in my pop record too, so I definitely listen to pop music and some rock and roll. I listen to all kinds of different genres. I think that's the best way to be, more than just having one thing that you listen to.
Where do you call home?
I have different homes a little bit everywhere, especially with what I do. Sometimes I even live on a bus, which I wake up and have no idea where I am. But I think it's more, it sounds kind of lame, but it is where your family is. I think is where I would call my home, because right now we're in Nashville and I'm here shooting my movie, and so that feels, it feels good to be where I grew up, but also I miss LA, which is, where I'm used to being too. And then I grew up a little bit in Canada and just all kinds of different places. I've moved around for sure, and so I think it's just wherever your family is and wherever you feel safe is where I would want to call, where I am and my home.
Musicians do you look up to?
Well, I like all different kinds of music, so I really like people like Alicia Keys who can play, instruments, and I see lots of girls that pick up their guitars, and I think that's really cool. But one of my favorites is Alicia Keys, because I love her piano, and that's what I want to learn how to do as well. I want to learn how to play the piano. So she's one person I look up to her, and her voice is amazing. And I think any girl that can play different kinds of instruments, especially if it's more than one. I'm trying to learn piano and guitar right now, so any girl that can do that I think is just super talented, and I look up to them for sure.
What do you like more, singing or acting?
I couldn't really choose. It's kind of weird when you go from being on a tour and all I did was sing and do my concerts, and then shooting my movie, it's acting 24/7. So sometimes it's kind of hard to go back and forth. And I think when I'm acting, I start to miss my singing career a little more, and when I'm singing, I start to miss acting. So I couldn't really choose which one was my favorite. Both of them kind of go hand in hand, and when I'm not really focused on both of those at the same time, it totally throws me off. So I'm writing music, if I'm working on a movie, or all kinds of different things. Just always like to be doing both.
My name is Mary, and my question is, what's your favorite part of making music?
My favorite part of making music is the actual being in the studio, more than even coming up with the lyrics and whatever. I like being in, it's kind of funny, it's like a little cave, it's a little box where all there is you and the mic, and I love that because I always turn the lights down and I feel like I can just really get into the song, and I'm weird in the way that I kind of visualize what's going on in the song in my head, and sometimes I'm acting like it's like a music video, and I'm dancing along to it, and I think that's my favorite part, is just the actual recording and being in there, and then also getting to listen back when you hear the record and being like, I totally remember doing this and made that sound better. So that's my favorite part, is just being in my little box.
My question is, where were you the first time when you heard one of your songs on the radio?
The first time that I heard my song on the radio, I was in my kitchen, and my godmother called me and was like, hey, we just heard Best of Both Worlds, come on, hurry up and put it on Radio Disney so you can listen to it. So me and my mom ran over to the stereo and turned it up. We only got the last 30 seconds of it, but it was so cool. And I remember the first time that they said my name, they're like, that's Miley Cyrus, it's Hannah Montana. I got so excited, I couldn't believe it. And then the first time that I heard See You Again on the radio, when it was my first actual Miley song, I totally freaked out. One of my friends heard it and was like, yo, they're starting to play that on the radio. And when I was in the car and it came on, I was driving down the freeway with my mom, and we turned it up as loud as we could. We're like, it sounds even better on the radio. It's so cool. So I was super excited both times that I got to hear my Hannah Montana song and my Miley song.
My question for you is, what's your favorite part about being famous?
My favorite part is, there's lots of different things. I mean, of course, I get to live my dream, which I'm just so blessed and excited that I get to do that. But other than the obvious, I really like I said, Alicia Keys. She's one of my favorites, and I got to sit by her at the American Music Awards, And another one of my favorites is Beyonce, and it was actually pretty cool. It was Christmas, and I was at a hotel in New York, and I didn't get to be home, and I was kind of sad that I didn't get to be with my, my entire family. And then all of a sudden a package gets there, and I'm like, oh, I wonder who this is from, I didn't know who would be sending me anything, and Beyonce had sent me a Christmas present, and I like totally freaked out. It made my Christmas, because that was the person that I've really looked up to, because she's very, very grounded and very sweet. So I never even met her before, and she got me like a total like blinged out jacket. I was so excited. It had my name on the back and everything, so I got really, really excited. That was like my favorite thing that I've ever gotten.
Question is, why did you call your new album Breakout?
I called my new record Breakout because that's one of my favorite songs on the record, because it's very like kind of girly, but it can go, either way, like moms, dads, sisters, brothers, anyone's, can really, be into it. And it's because basically, you just want to go out and have fun with your friends, and, sometimes, go out dancing and let loose every once in a while. And also because this was my first, like, solo Miley record, not being, connected to any, my character or anything. It was kind of like my breakout record, where I was going to kind of show everybody what Miley Cyrus is all about. With my last one, Meet Miley, it was more just, getting to know me, but here it's getting to know me like a little bit deeper and know more about my life, more than just what's on the surface. So I think that is a cool way. It's kind of like more than just a biography like my last one. It's more of kind of like actually getting into the story and what inspires me, and so I think that's a good way for me to get closer to my fans as well.
My question is, who in your life helped you have a positive self-image?
Someone in my life that has helped me a lot is my mom, because she's with me 24/7, and more than just being just there for me in a mother way, which is the best, when you can just hug your mom and tell her that you love her and that she loves you back. That's awesome. But she's also been like my best friend, so it's definitely been hard. It doesn't mean that we don't fight and we don't go through arguments, but it's like I know I can tell her stuff. And sometimes when I feel like I can't tell her, everything, she can find a way, because she can kind of sense it, because she loves me so much. She can, tell me, what's going on, and really sit down and have me open up. And I think that feels so good, because more than, anyone else in your life, that she's only there to love you. And so that's someone that's really helped me.
I was wondering, what is your favorite song on your new album, Breakout?
I have a couple favorites. My single 7 Things is one of them, because I got to be like more rocker than I usually get to do. I kind of got to scream a little bit, and originally it was supposed to be all soft and nice, and then finally I got in the studio, and I just started going nuts in the room, and so it turned out to be so fun. And then another one of my favorites is Fly on the Wall, because I like dancing to it. It's fun.
Question is, what is your favorite subject in school?
My favorite subject, I really like, because I am a writer, I like language. I like the creative writing and learning about poetry and that kind of stuff. But a subject I'm actually pretty good at, which I don't like that much, but I'm good at it, I don't know why, is math. I was always really, really terrible up until like I started being homeschooled. And all of a sudden I got really good at it, but I don't like doing it. But the only thing that I do like about math is, unlike any other subject, it always has a right answer. There's not like, you have to write it out, and if you said a different way, it could be, different. It's always just one answer, and so that makes it easier for me, is just to know that there's kind of just like a right or wrong, and there's no in between. So that's one of my favorites as well.
The question is, how do you find time to study with your busy schedule?
It's kind of hard sometimes, because we'll have to run in and do like a quick 20-minute school section, and then go out and be funny on the show, and be crazy and be doing silly stunts, and then run back and do like another half hour of school. So it's hard, because it's done in little pieces. So as soon as you finally get focused, which for me it takes a little while, so to finally get focused, it's like, all right, now it's time to go again. So it's hard. It's easier for me when I have, like on tour, I had 3 hours in the morning. It takes a little while. So to finally get focused, it's like, all right, now it's time to go again. So it's hard. It's easier for me when I have, like on tour, I had 3 hours in the morning, and then I got it just all kind of out of the way. So it's hard finding time, but the only good thing about being homeschooled is there's no homework, because you get to do it all. So if I can get it done in that, quick, 3 hours or whatever I have, then there's nothing else that I can just have my whole day to play. Miley Cyrus'